Hello and welcome to What Are You Saying? #Ways, where we talk about topics in the news as it affects us all. I am Osaiwa Mesale, and today I'm joined by my amazing co-anchors, Issy Ofodele, the teacher herself, a locutionist. As always speaking English for us.
Don't mind me.
How are you, Issy?
I'm very well, thank you.
You look a little better than yesterday. Yesterday you're looking harassed.
Yesterday was quite a dramatic day for you, wasn't it?
Crazy. It was so crazy. Look, if I had my way, I would have just slept immediately.
Yeah.
But we have to do what we have to do.
Of course, we have to do what we have to do. Hi, Sandra Eze, for the time that we have her.
Yes, come on. I mean, for the time that I'm around here, of course, I come to work, but then when you have such a short period of time and so much to do, it's literally, it feels like I could really use a twin right now. You just handle this and I handle this, and I haven't had anything to eat today because
so a lot of people kept saying that you lost a lot of weight.
You know what? See, me, I'll not hide it.
Fasting?
It's not. Wait, I'll tell you the truth. You know me, everything. I have nothing to hide. You know how I lost weight? Because where I am, I'm not driving there. So, and I can't, taxi my life away because I'm living
the cost,
in the
cost of taxi.
So I have to manage my cost. So yes, it's a lot of walking and a lot of using public transit. That's actually how I lost weight. So it's not fasting.
Well, see, the funny thing is that I don't know how we just became very, very docile people. People literally, if you give them chance, they will let either the Okada or the bus drop them at the gate in front of their door. Nobody wants to walk anymore. But you don't know what is actually good exercise.
There's a luxury that comes with driving. Like, I can tell you, the couple of days I've been around, I missed driving. I'm like,
because you can easily just do things. For me, I think, and that's why I like the culture in the UK. Right? I love that culture in the UK because
a lot of walking and on the ground.
A big trek for Africa. Oh God! God will now bless you. Let me not say the other one. God will bless you. You now wear wrong shoes.
There was the
Do you know one day my feet were literally bleeding.
That's why
there was the day I walked from BBC. You know that BBC down Oxford Circus to the end of the road.
What were you wearing?
I was wearing
shoes.
No, not shoes.
Sandal.
It's cold now.
I was wearing boots.
It was sneakers I was wearing, but my legs were hurting. I
said, Sanzi, literally my feet was actually bleeding. I was wearing boots. I said, who sent me? Who sent me?
I was wearing sneakers,
it's just around the corner. It's just
exactly. right, just around the corner. I'm like, what? You ask another person, it's just down there. I'm like, you people, you will not give me for my mother today.
They're trek for Africa.
Professional trekkers.
But it's a good culture. That's a very good laugh. So today we're talking tech and unemployment and how we can use tech to curb unemployment. And here's what we found as today's quote: the more value we add to our ecosystem, the more valuable we become. So as we said earlier, unemployment remains a huge challenge in Nigeria, and tonight we want to learn how tech can come into the space to cut down the rising number of unemployed youth in Nigeria. And Peter is here to discuss this with us. But first, let's take a break to see what we found in the news.
Lagos was calmer then. There was space. Now everywhere is choked up.
Children begging in Lagos. Why is the law not enforced?
That same law also provides that whatever we do in respect of a child, the benefit and the welfare of the child must be of paramount importance. Once we get information about an abuse of a child happening, we swing into action. That's what we do. We take the child for assessment. It is not a prison. It is not a detention center. If there are people who bring their children who are beyond parental control for rehabilitation, we put them into our centers.
One on One, airing every Saturday by 1:30 p.m. and repeats every Friday by 11:30 p.m.
All right, you're still watching Ways. There is something special about a kebab. That combination of meat and vegetables skewered on a bamboo spear, roasted over coal. The smoky flavor, the fantastic array of seasoning, or just the combination of carnivore's favorite treat and herbivore's secret vice makes it a place where we all can meet. Kebab Day celebrates this delicious barbecue favorite, and it's also its origin, and of course gives us an excuse to eat all the meats, all the kebab that we want. Hey, I'm a meat lover. I just saw one video just now of smoked ram.
I'm one of those people. I could never be a vegetarian. I think there's just
It's not
so
possible.
much goodness in
Meat,
meat.
ha.
Whether white meat, ram,
kind of
chicken,
meat.
turkey,
Fish, I eat everything.
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 Okay, not everything. I've never had an octopus, but yeah. And there
I don't mind trying
there
one.
are other meat, dog meat, monkey meat. I'm not about that.
Auntie,
So I don't
why are
eat
you spoiling
everything.
it for me now? Don't go
You
there.
said everything.
I love guinea fowl. I love chicken. I love
Turkey.
I've tasted crocodile before.
Yes, it's quite
Tastes
tasty.
like
it tastes like fish.
It's very soft, brittle like chicken,
Very
not actually like
nice.
chicken.
No way.
Not like
Have you tried antelope?
No, it's snake that tastes like fish.
No, the one I ate.
But I've not
crocodile.
eaten it, Sha.
Anyway, I ate it
How did you know? Okay.
when I was quite young.
So we should do it.
I love meat.
We should do a girls' trip to Kenya. There's a place where
Yeah.
you can eat any kind of meat in this world. There's a particular place you will eat till you like like eat till you die.
Yeah.
So and it's just one bill. So they just keep coming to you
Oh, so
until
that's
you.
like hot pot.
Yes, now
So you
until
keep cooking your meat.
they'll keep coming to your plate table. They'll keep coming to your table until you say, you
Eat
know what,
till
I'm
you
done.
drop. I
So when you are
know.
done,
You know what I mean?
when you are done, so when you're resting, you just rest your flag. You know, but when you remove the flag from the flag holder
Yeah.
and you drop it, then they know you're done. They
You're
bring your
ready.
bill.
So there was one, I'll tell you something. So I was with my brother and we went for this hot pot in I think it was one of those New York nights. He just wanted to explore. We ate and ate. My brother said you eat every penny.
Trust me, at some point, cousin, only you go tire.
He ate so much he couldn't lift himself.
No, but you see, that's the thing with abroad. When they tell you that eat till you die, you literally will die if you don't stop eating.
Yes.
So I think this kebab, it would be nice to taste, those
Yeah.
kind of meat, So enough of that.
That's for meat lovers. I mean different meat.
Trust me, anything protein I eat. All this one that I can't be. I tried vegetarian for a week or more. I went back.
It's not
was
for
not
me. Like
Nah.
proudly, it's not for me.
It's not for me. All right. So what did you find for us Thursday in the news?
Okay, so well, we've been all smiles and happy, and I'm sorry I have to take us back to this not so pleasant news about COVID. I was telling you, sis, I think I've heard enough COVID to last me my entire lifetime. Like the
Absolutely.
name, But however, the update is that Dr. Yaya Disu, head of communications for NCDC, has confirmed that there's a variant of COVID-19 called SARS-CoV-2, aka Delta variant. Of course, we know about that. It has been reported to have been traced in 90 countries, and now it is officially in Nigeria. So during the routine test for international travelers into Nigeria, that they found one person with the variant. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess the person is in quarantine and they're understudying.
Absolutely. And again, I hear that this particular variant, the Delta variant, is actually very, very
Easily transmissible.
easily transmissible. So I don't know about the deadly part, but it's quick to just spread.
Okay.
So we all have to be careful.
Very careful.
Let's make sure that we don't forget all the rules and regulations
That goes
surrounding
with
COVID.
Or
But
if
that
you
doesn't
take the
mean that
jab.
we live in fear. Yeah. I'm not taking the
I
job.
would like to know
I'm
how
not
lethal
about it
is,
either.
though. I want to know if it's more lethal compared
Yeah,
to
it would be nice to know,
It would be nice to
but
know.
I haven't heard anything about the ability for it to be much more lethal, but more, it spreads faster. So, Isi, your story.
Okay, what caught my attention in the news is the headline: bandits raid 5 communities in Zamfara state, allegedly killed 42 residents. But currently, they are not really saying that it's 42 residents, that they're not sure of it. So no fewer than 42 persons have been killed as armed bandits invade communities in Maradun, local government area of Zamfara state. So. And this was said by the police public relations officer, Mohammed Shehu, in Zamfara state. When he said this, he said that it has been confirmed that they have 42 people that have been killed, but it is confirmed that we actually had people who actually attacked the environment. So it's ongoing, it's still unfolding, so we'll keep our ears to the ground.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Bandits.
So, because I have two stories, so I want to quickly run through them.
Okay.
NDLEA arrested a 90-year-old man for selling drugs to youth in Katsina. So in Katsina State, a 90-year-old man, Yusuf Yakardir, had been arrested by operatives of the NDLEA for selling drugs to youth in the village. The name of the village is also Yakardir Village, Rimi local government area of Katsina State. While regretting under interrogation, the guy, no, Nigerian, imagine 90-year-old man confessed that he had been selling cannabis sativa to the youth in his community for over 8 years due to the high demand of illegal drugs. I mean, this is really, really worrisome for me.
An old man.
An old man that you're supposed to be the one helping to preserving.
Yeah.
Is it resting? Preserving the young generation and advising them on, you know, not to do drugs, and you are the one actually fueling pumping it into the system. So for me, I thought it was worth mentioning, right? So they said they would now take him back out of this business. Have tried in the past to stop the illicit trade, but without success. So hopefully this will give them, what's it called, a leadway to be able to stop that illicit trade. Then secondly, we took a story on Wednesday, Kemi Adeosun, when she said, when the court said that she had been vindicated, that she didn't need a discharge certificate to run for
as a minister,
to run as a minister. She didn't for the appointment. She didn't need a discharge certificate. So I just saw this breaking news just this evening when Elsie shared it. And I thought it was good to mention that she says to Premium Times, we shall meet in court, right? So the former minister has indicated her readiness to bring a legal action against Premium Times for repeatedly publishing that she forged an NYC exemption certificate. This was disclosed by Dele Ogun, a lawyer and elder brother to the former minister, in an interview with a sister station, Arise TV, on the morning show. So hopefully, we're watching, fingers crossed. He said that the allegation of forgery was made by Premium Times and was again repeated the same, that they repeated the same in their report judgment under the discussion. So we are waiting. We want to know whether it's true or it's not true.
It still calls to mind that the media needs to be very careful of the kind of information they put across to the
No, but they can't just come out to say somebody forged certificate with not forged certificate. So
they should have brought out some sort of proof or something, which I don't think they actually.
I think most times, right? I would like to maybe speak because I'm in the media, and a lot of times I understand what happens at the back end. So most times these people have to. I'm not saying the media is right or wrong, or that Kemi is right or wrong, right? This is possibly things that, I mean, we've heard stories of it happening. I've seen a couple of it happen at the back end. So I have evidence against you that this is, and this and this is what you did. But because I'm not as powerful or as influential to get it out there, and you are the more powerful voice, so chances are you will dominate my voice because you know people. So these things happen, especially when it comes to politicians and celebrities and media.
If you have to say something, you have concrete proof that the person can deny.
Sometimes the concrete proof, they will sweep it under the carpet right in front of you.
Because you know they haven't brought up the issue of the forged certificate in front of the court. What they just did was to say, you know what, she is eligible to be appointed as minister without an NYC certificate. That is a different, completely ball game from a forged certificate. Right. So let us wait now. She says she will meet them in court. Me, I want to see what we are monitoring it peacefully and quietly. Drama. We'll take a break. When we return from the break, we'll be discussing unemployment in Nigeria. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Nigeria's Niger Delta region, from where the black gold fuels Africa's largest economy, where the lines between wealth and poverty has never been thinner. Conflicts, poverty, insecurity, and environmental challenges daily confront the region. How can the Niger Delta story be changed for the better?
Join Mamude Akuga at 9 p.m. every Friday evening on PlusTvAfrica as he probes deep in search of solutions.
Inside the Niger Delta with Mamude Akuga, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region.
Contrary to popular belief, corona is not a hoax. The virus is real. Be responsible, wear a mask, wash your hands with soap and water, and avoid crowded places. Maintain physical distancing. Be responsible. Together, we can overcome the pandemic.
Are you ready to party right from the comfort of your TV screen? The Rundown's here to save the day. From freshly baked videos to the classics to the youngins and dope conversations, all in one chart. We got you covered. Just tune in to The Rundown every Friday, 10:30 p.m. West African time. The Rundown. Let's turn it up.
Thanks for staying with us. Now, in recent years, Nigeria has become one of the most attractive markets and incubators for tech startups. Now, in 2021, the unemployment rate in Nigeria is estimated to reach 32.5%. Now, this figure is projected to increase further in 2022. Chronological data shows that the unemployment rate in Nigeria rose constantly in the past years. So how can we leverage tech to reduce our unemployment figures? That's our question for tonight. Please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join this conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. I'll bring in our guest like in a minute or two. But I just wanted to quickly hear your thoughts, on tech and what do you think the future of employment in Nigeria will look like if we truly leverage the potential that tech does have.
Well, I believe that when we talk about potential, I believe the upcoming generation, like the under 15s, they are more tech inclined than our generation, the millennials, because, well, for us growing up, we didn't really understand. Like, it took us a while to go for computer classes and understand that. But right now, you see a young kid, and at 10 or 12, they're already programmers. And another thing is, I feel like for the average millennial, which is obviously our generation is the one taking over the world right now, that we don't even understand tech. The average person is going to get a phone in the market. They're not looking at all the tech advantages. You can't maximize it. All you're looking for is good camera. Oh, does he have 5G? Oh, does he have 4G? Oh? Yeah, I mean, I think so.
I think it's also, I support her, but I think the government is not doing enough to support this space because they have tried to, clamp it down. So I think the government has a huge role to play
to push tech,
to promote the tech space in Nigeria.
Thank you. Me, I don't have anything to say. Let me bring in our guest. Ihese Peter is the founder and CEO of Church Plus, a cloud-based management and financial technology solution for faith-based organization, a certified Microsoft professional, developer with more than 10 years development experience. His work on iPolice, a personal security and safety app, bagged him a United Nations World Summit Award. He started Code 360 to help empower young Nigerians with core technical and soft skills to take on the global developer opportunities. Now, Code 360 has trained over 100 developers, with most gainfully employed in Nigeria and abroad. And he's joined in live in studio with us. Thank you so much for joining us, Peter.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I was just watching you guys. You guys are awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. We try to be. Biko, help me understand this thing. Because when I saw that figure, it's quite alarming. We're about 35% this year, and it's even going to get worse in 2023. Bearing in mind that they say that by 2030, our population in Nigeria will be the third most populated country in the world. So it's not even going anytime soon. But we know the opportunities that tech does have. I mean, I can be here and I can be working for a company in China and all of that, enabled by tech. You know, so tell us, how can we truly, because we can't be shouting, there's no work, there's no work. I mean, I was just on my phone sitting down jejely this evening. I saw a message. In fact, I think I should read the message. You know, and this is what we get all the time. People just keep sending you random messages like you applied for a job. MGL invite for a work interview with the MGT or whatever, meet one Mrs. Vincent. This is what you get, and most of these things are scam, right? But there are genuine opportunities in the tech space that you can actually sit in the comfort of your home and actually get a decent job that pays very good money, sometimes even in hard currency. So tell us, where are these opportunities?
Thank you very much. The opportunities are almost everywhere, to be sincere. It's just the ability for us to find them and also to have the requisite skill set to be able to take on these opportunities. The problem is not really in terms of tech skill gap. It's not that we don't have enough jobs. The problem is that we don't have enough qualified people to take on these roles. Globally, the tech talent gap is about 40 million as at 2020, yes, 40 million. So that's the number of roles that are not filled up. So if you look at number of unemployed Nigerians, I mean we're not up to that. We're not up to that figure. So yes, there is an opportunity there. However, the reason why those or the gap exists is because of gap in skill sets. So what we can do really as a nation and as organizations is to be able to now start equipping Nigerians with such skill sets. Now for you to even equip Nigerians, you need to understand, need to know what these skill sets are. And you mentioned that some of these younger ones, they are digital natives, they quickly pick up things and use. So for organizations to sell to them, you have to sell to them using tech because you won't sell to them the way we are sold to, right? So we're going to see a lot of digital transformation by organizations, and these digital transformations by organizations, they are led by all tech development. So I mean, some companies are beginning to even leverage that in Nigeria. So we have, if you understand, that when Andela came in to try and teach Nigerians how to code. We have university. Is it university? We have them. Then we have Code 360. We have Degacon. So there are people doing that. However, the scale is still very small compared to the number of unemployed Nigerians. So we need to get more people involved in training Nigerians on these skill sets.
So if I may step in, what's the role of education in enhancing the skill set of the students or of the young Nigerians, so that when they get out of school, especially those in secondary school, because back in the days we had those who were vocational learners, and from there, if you are not able to, study properly, they take it to the vocational school. So what is it for them?
So it's been a conversation around how we can get universities or the tertiary institutions involved. And to be sincere with you, that is how you're going to solve the problem.
Exactly.
I don't think, I mean, I talk to my person, I don't think training institutions will solve that because we don't have the capacity that the universities and, the higher institutions, we don't have the capacity that they have. But the problem is this, it's not just to say anything negative about Nigerian education. The problem is that most people that are...
free.
No, you also have to give it to them. They are trying, really. But most people that finish from universities, they come out, they still have to go through these trainings. Like, I'm done with school, so how do I start? But you're supposed to be done with school and you hit the market.
Streets, yes.
Yeah, but when they are done with school, they now come to us and say, hey, I want to really learn how to do this thing, and that would take maybe like another 1 year, maybe 2 years to get them up to speed to be able to take on these opportunities. Going back to the university, so just allow me to use university to just cover tertiary institutions.
Sorry.
So, going back to the schools, if we can get them from year one, because they spent 4 to 5 years in school. So imagine what you can do with those 4 years if you're able to equip them with the right skill set that the companies are looking for. I mean, we did a lot of courses in school that were quite interesting, but you come out and say, hey, I have this certificate. Nobody's going to employ you based on certificate, especially in tech. your certificate is
useless.
Is worthless.
It's all about the skill.
Yeah, so it's a skill
Yes.
set that you have, and that skill also has to do with a bit of experience. What have you done? Can we see what you've done? So a bit of partnership with the universities, and again, getting government involved in saying, what are the skills that these companies are asking for? Can we now start teaching them while they are still in uni? Yes, that will help.
Right, so you mentioned a shocking number. You said there's about 40 million vacancies, like job vacancies. And that just blew my mind. I'm like, really? That's like if we how many young people do we have? That's like half of us.
Yes, it will double. It will double in I think 2030 to about 80 something.
So can you please list some of those like job opportunities, the ones you know, and then tell me, because I know you run Code 360 and you deal with a lot of Nigerians, teaching them about IT and all that. So what is the interest level for the average young person in Nigeria?
So if anything is going to help me to escape poverty, right?
I like that.
An average Nigerian will be interested in it.
Okay.
Right. However, what it takes to be good, it's not just the interest. It takes a bit of determination, and again, you must have the right IQ. So we've seen an interest in data science, AI, artificial intelligence, then software development. So to be sincere, even in Nigeria, we do not have enough talent to fill the roles for software development, UX, that's user experience. We do not have enough people to fill those roles. I'll give you an instance what happens to people like us that are coming up. You probably get somebody and you're paying like 150K. Somebody else raises money and maybe gives the guy 400K. They will leave you. And when they leave you, how do you now get somebody within your pay? And
your budget.
200K is not even a small amount of money really to pay somebody. But in Nigeria right now, for some of these roles, it's a very small amount of money. Like 200K for what? I'm not doing that. So what we're not saying is that, okay, fine. Can we get more people so that we have enough people so that you will not be doing guy for us? Yeah. So yes, we have UX, UI is very hot in the market. Front end development, so it's guys that build what we see, is also very, very hot in the market. Cloud, almost everything you do here is cloud.
Cloud.
Yeah. So cloud developers, infrastructure guys. So so to be sincere, I can list like 20 of them, even social media managers, social media marketers, content writers. There's hot demand for all of this. So yes, the problem is just how do we accelerate the learning so that we can easily get people to
I want to stay on that learning because I like where EC went to with education. And I know that a lot of parents right now are actually very, what's the word now? They're very aware of what the future looks like. You see a lot of parents taking their children every Saturday for coding classes and all of that. So how do we incorporate that? So it is no longer for the parent that can afford it. Is it possible that, this, so the way you go into school and you'll be taught maths, English and all of that from primary school, right? How do we start to, engage? I'm trying to be careful not to mention government, because even most of the schools are even handled by private. Private entities own most of the schools. The government schools are really nothing so much to write home about these days, but some of them are doing well. The point is, we have these private schools, and most of them are. We want to believe that they are thinking futuristic, right? So how do we incorporate this learning, right from maybe primary one? The child is already taking all those coding right from school, so they know it's part of them, and they can see what the future looks like. How do we do that?
Sorry, I have to add to what you just said. We can't take government away from this thing. The reason why is that how many private schools do we have? How many students do they produce compared to the government schools? So if we want to scale it, the government schools also have to be involved, because that's where almost the majority of the students are in. Yeah, for some of the private schools, they already have, some of the very good ones, they already have coding schools for kids, which is very, very good. I've seen kids do very awesome things. But how can we take this set of curriculum that they've adopted to government schools. And again, I also feel that we need like a bit of handshake between the private sector and some of these public and private schools to say, hey, while you're training them on these things, these are kind of the skill set that we require. Can you train them on this? These are things that we're employing for. So from that age, you understand coding, which is good, but from coding, what next? And we've seen parents bring kids to us and say, can you just, we know that you don't train kids because we don't train kids, but can you just give us a bit of guideline on how they are supposed to progress from here? So we just say, understand the basics of programming, website design, HTML, CSS, all of that. Then pick a programming language. Once you learn that, start practicing. And we've seen this thing happen a lot. Most people that start coding from primary school, by the time they get into university or tertiary, second year, they start paying for themselves because they start making a lot of money.
Yes.
Most of them start making a lot of money because they can, write programs for others, write for master's students and all of that. So yeah. While some of the private schools are doing that, we want to encourage, some other ones that are not doing that to start doing that. But how do we get government primary and secondary schools to start
be integrated
doing
into
so
it?
That's the
Okay, so you talked about, because we'll take a break now. When we come back, I would like to, because you are really focused on fresh graduates that are coming out from the university and all of that. They come to meet you that, oh yeah, I have a certificate, but it's useless to me, so I want to learn a skill. So I want to understand how that model works. But when we do that, we'll do that right after the break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I'll start shouting.
Now, if you just tuned in, we're having an amazing chat with Peter Ihessie, on employment opportunities in the tech sector. Now, please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join this conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. All right, so before we went on the break, I said something to you about, the what's it called, the fresh graduates from the university, how you're harvesting them. Because for me, 40 million job vacancies is a lot. That means we shouldn't be complaining that we don't have work anymore now. So how is that model working, and what's the success rate so far? And if a graduate or someone that's about to graduate or somebody in 400 level or serving youth service is watching, how do they start?
So to be sincere, only two ways we've been able to get people out of poverty using our programming. Some of the people that we train are doing 500, 600,000 naira per
salary.
Yes, per month.
Please, can you train me?
You see, Nigerian, where there is money,
and it's possible because of the structure we've put in. So this is how it works. When some of these students leave school, they just understand it, because when you go to look for a job, they ask you, can you code C#? No. Can you code PHP? No. Can you do this? So the answer is usually no. Now, to train somebody from ground up to where the person can become useful, it's quite expensive. And I tell people it can cost to $1 million, so 3 million to train somebody to be able to get to that level. However, if your dad or your mom has put you through university and you're going back to say, Mommy, please, I need you to come and pay additional 500,000 or for me to learn, nobody's going to talk to you, right? So they tell you, go and look for a job. So we figured that is the case that we have most times. So how to solve this? There's this model. Allow me to use. It's called MYH model. That's the Igbos use it a lot.
Apprenticeship.
Yes. Yeah. So the way it works is that.
My boy, yeah.
Yes, my boy, yeah. So yeah. So but the model is this: that you're trying to get them on board, you have to do the initial investments, right? But they have to pay back when they start earning money. So you don't pay after the program, you pay when you start making money. You have to make at least 100,000 naira before you start paying us back. So what we do, we just take them and we train them. But there's a problem with tech in Nigeria and tech globally. Even we say, there are 40 million jobs out there to be filled now. The problem is that nobody is willing to employ fresh, trained people. Like they don't.
They want experience.
Yeah, so they call it junior developers. Or no, nobody really wants to do that. So you see a lot of people that have, they've learned this. They can do small coding or small website, but they're not getting the jobs. And they're hearing that somebody's earning 600, somebody's earning 700. But hey, how do I earn that money? Now that is another problem that is in the space. So how do you get this junior person to a senior developer where he can now command all of that money? So what we do is that we train you, we give you that experience. So we train you, then you work with us because we're also we're a software house.
Internship.
Yeah, so you intern with us for a period of time. Now what we've seen that the success rate of people that intern with us is way higher than people that just finish and left and go looking for jobs themselves. So they intern with us some 4 months, some 6 months, and because of the way we work, and I'm a hard worker. I don't really talk much, but I'm a hard worker.
It's okay.
So, yeah. So by the time they work with us for a period of time, they cannot go out there and speak what somebody with maybe 2 years experience, the way the person will sound. That's how they will sound, and you see them like this moving.
So what was the role of mindset in enhancing or producing the right set of youth that will be employable?
Yeah. So there's a problem. I mean, I don't know how to classify this. So there's a way we Nigerians look at things. It's this money, because of, again, there is the issue of frauds and people show money a lot. And social media, Instagram is also, in such a way that I snap pictures. So people don't want to go through that process to just make it. They just want to make it.
Yes.
Right. So because of that, when you're telling them, hey, take it easy, learn this thing, spend 6 months, intern with us, then after you cannot go make this money that you're clamoring to make. So some people are not patient enough. That's one. Then 2, is also not as easy as it sounds to learn this thing because, hey, things can be complex. Some of us are not patient enough, to even relax and learn it. So that's also.
You look like a very relaxed person that can learn anything for years.
I think that's actually why you remember in school that most of these guys who are very relaxed and take their time to finish things, we call them geeks, and most of these geeks are the ones who end up in IT.
Yes.
Yeah.
For enough, I was DOS when I was in school.
Oh wow, director of social.
Yes, I was. The program will calm you down by the time you start writing.
Because you need to focus.
Yeah, you need to focus. Yeah.
So I wanted him to, harp on this because I met a young man who was formerly a student of mine, and he told me that he was learning coding and all that. So I asked him, how are you coping with it? He said that, man, it's difficult. That's why I want you to simplify it so that if somebody's out there and is listening, they can actually work with it.
Yeah, so this is what we found out, and I tell people this, you need the right environment. That's one, that's very important. You need the right mentorship. Above everything, right environment and right mentorship will help you. Now, you see people say, hey, I want to go and learn. So people will hear what I'm saying now, they will jump in. If you don't have a direction, you probably stay there for 3 years and you would achieve nothing. And I've worked with a couple of guys. In fact, there's one now, he's doing very well. I wish he's watching. When he came to me, he said, look, I've been coding for 3 years, but I've not made headway. So we now sat down and we spoke. So what people do is that they jump, hey, there's this hot thing now, C#, they start. Somebody comes and say, hey, I'm making money, I'm doing front end. They jump into front end. So you don't have a direction. And what people said about somebody without direction. Yeah. So what we now do is that once they come in, we kind of find out where do you want to go to. Do you want front end or back end? Once you understand where you want to go to, we also watch your strengths, because you might say, I want to do this. We watch you. This is not for you. Just try this one. So that is important. And again, having people around you that are also learning at the same time. So you just feel like, oh, when you say this is hard, How you feel? Coping is hard. Oh, okay, fine. I'm not the only one.
I'm not the only one.
Yes. And then you have somebody that is experienced that can come and tell you, hey, it's not too hard. If you have a problem, come talk to me. I remember when I was learning, I had a problem that took me 1 year to get answer because there was nobody I could ask. It took me, I won't forget that issue. It took me 1 year.
And if you're not too strong-willed, you would have given up.
I just wanted to make it happen until I saw somebody, and the person was a year. It was in fourth year because my school is a 5-year program. It was in fourth year. I was in final year that time. So I'm like, you can code here. So please, I need you to help me solve this problem. So he told me, there's no fuel. I should go and buy fuel. I said, are you okay? Like me, final year, go buy fuel for you. But I didn't him to teach me something, so I got it for, and he taught me that. So it took me 1 year. I was saying, if you have the right mentorship, some of these things won't take you that long. Yeah,
and the right attitude too.
Of course.
I mean, imagine you saying like in all your glory, you know, I can't do this. But so I have to take us back a bit. Last year during the NSAS movement, right? One of the things that maybe aggravated people or got a lot of parents to join in the protest is about their children. Remember SARS and thinking every young boy with a backpack is a Yahoo boy or an online fraudster. So my question is, why do you think government is so hesitant to adopt or prioritize IT knowledge in schools or tertiary institutions? Do you think it has anything to do with their fear of online fraud? Or their, I don't know.
Yeah. To be sincere, I don't think it has anything to do with that.
So why is it taking them so long?
There's a lot of problems that Nigeria is dealing with, and trying to restructure our education is one of them. I think we professionals also need to play a role in bringing it to the front burner to say, hey, we need this thing done, we need this thing done, we need this thing done. Yeah, what you mentioned about the harassment, I mean, if you're an IT person, the chances like you've been harassed. Like I've been stopped.
But that shouldn't be a norm.
That's the thing. Yeah, it shouldn't be, and that's why the conversation, even with the security agencies, need to be held where we can explain to them. Yeah, so I mean, there are people that are into fraud. We know that, but it's not everybody that. I mean, most IT guys want to look fly. You wouldn't stop them from looking fly. So how do you differentiate between the guy looking fly, like an IT guy, and the guy looking fly that's into whatever it is that is doing
online fraud?
Yeah. So there was something that we tried doing once, and I said, look, let's go educate these police people. Maybe they are not even able to differentiate who is who, right? You know what? Somebody say, look, they know that these people are not Yahoo boys.
No, but
they just want the money.
Let's be kind to the police people, right? Because me, sometimes I can't even differentiate.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So that's the thing. It's also very difficult, really. I mean, with
all the things that you can do, let me help you. With all the things that you can do right now, when a computer is put in front of you, you want to tell me that you cannot do what those Yahoo boys are doing? You have the skill. It's just the, what's it called, the morality that you have said that you know what. Because most people that I know that are very good with IT gadgets, they actually can do all those things that those people do, the hacking and everything. But they choose not to do it. Not being graduates that are coming out of the university. First of all, wait, you cannot train us that have left university many years ago. Okay.
I mean, if you, of course, we can start talking about your kids.
My kids, oh, true. Okay, so if you have fresh graduates that are coming out of the university, what's the capacity that you can handle? Because now people will start calling us. So we want to know that you can take on. Because honestly speaking, the rate of unemployment, I'm done after these 6 months. I'll get something.
Yeah. So the thing is, people that have finished our program, I will tell you, it's about 90%.
Wow.
Great.
Yes. Yeah, but you have to finish the program. That's the thing.
That's the course.
You have to finish the program.
It's a sacrifice.
Because,
and how long is this program for?
So right now it's 4 months, but we don't give you 4 months anymore. 4 months you have to intern with us because of the issue I mentioned. Because they want somebody that can do something. So intern with us for like 6 months. So
again,
give it 1 year then.
So 1 year.
Yeah. But within that 1 year, what happens is that people start leaving because
and you start to earn money.
Yeah, because they start getting jobs. So after 4 months, then you intern with us 4 months. After the 4th month, will allow you to now start attending interviews. So you see them, some of them leave immediately, some of them will leave after a while.
Because they've gotten a job.
Yeah, but you have to, like I said, you have to finish. And why some people come and say they want to pay, we're not like, it's not about your money. We don't really, it's not about your money. Because if you give me 400, 300,000 in a month, or like in a week, I've burnt that on generator. It doesn't really.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Yes. So that's so. For us, it's about you. It's about us producing a talent, right? So you have to go through a series of tests because we need to know that.
I want to just add one more thing, please. Do you have to really have a university degree?
No.
So what is the minimum requirement for somebody? Because there are people that cannot afford to go to university, but they are intelligent. So what is the minimum requirement to be able to learn this thing?
I will share with you a story. So there was this like 3 sets back. This young guy came in with OND. Like young guy, so I don't like this OND thing. No. This young dude ended up being the very best in that class.
Wow.
Yes. And he does remote jobs that pay in hard currencies that he talked about. So we prefer OND, a bit of higher institution. So that helps us to know that you can even understand what we're. But secondary school. Well,
you need a certain level of exposure.
Yeah, it's important. Again, your IQ, you need to understand when we tell you things, like you have to. So that's why when people bring money to pay us, like test this person. If we test you and you're not there, we'll give you back your money and tell you to
go.
Yeah.
So
how can SMEs use technology to create employment?
Oh wow. SMEs. So let me use a concrete example. Let's say I sell this thing. So the conversation will be more like how will technology help me more than how I will use technology to create jobs. But if technology can help me increase my sales, then I can hire. Right, and there are a couple of things being done right now. I mean, e-commerce is there, and people are selling on Instagram, which is huge. However, you can put all those things on the platforms, and you're not able to sell because you're not marketing it enough. But if you understand that technology is there, and the next question is, how am I to sell this thing? They'll not tell you, oh, you need to go hire a digital marketer, or you need to go get a social media person. Oh, really? Okay, I can get that. So that point where you're asking that question and getting somebody, that's a job that's a job that we just created for.
Yeah, sounds it quickly.
Wow. I don't remember what I was going to ask, but then there was something that caught my attention when you talked about during your training how the method of payment that people are not limited to, okay, let's say I don't have 1 million, so I can't do classes. So you said something that I think is very sympathetic, but is it also reliable? For instance, not for instance really, because it's your story. Like when you start making money, then you pay me back. How reliable is that method?
Hey, sounds you also check you.
I don't know why. Let me. So I will share the good story and also share the bad story. One. Okay. Yeah. So when we started the program, we had somebody walk into our office. One Indian lady like that. So she was asking me, "How are you going to do?" I said, "Look, I'm a person of integrity. Part of what we teach is integrity." And she was like, "Are you sure for your doing?" I said, "No. Like, there's no way you study under me. You will not have this like." We trained the first set, they got jobs. So please now pay us our money. My mom is not feeling fine. So it happened. But it was also a learning period for us. How do we make this thing work? Because we have to make it work. So the next one say, okay, sign an agreement with us that you're going to give us our money. And the thing is that you don't pay us until you start making money. So we're sure you're making money because we know where you work. So why are you not paying up? But we realize that if there is no way for you to try and, I don't want to use the word, but people have to know that there's something they will lose if they don't pay back. You have to figure it out. And I must tell you, we saw it when federal government wanted to give loan to people to go study software engineering. They listed all the things you have to submit. So we just copied the thing and said, look, if you want us to give you a loan, you have to submit all these things. Your certificate, we'll have to keep it for you. Your parents, they will sign. Like, everybody around you need to know that you're doing this thing. Not that tomorrow you not say, so everybody, your mom, your dad.
We take you to your village people.
Yes, they need to know.
Let's take comment. We're running out of time.
All right, so this is from Ade. He says, good evening, ladies. Most Nigerians are not lazy. They can fend for themselves if the environment is right to settle in. Government should do the needful to give good infrastructures and security. The insecurity and lack of social infrastructure is affecting development and empowerment of the citizens. How can government ban social media and plan legislation on media operatives? Most businesses survive through social media. Please tell our government to wake up, and do have a great weekend, guys.
Thank you, Ade.
Thanks, Ade. This is from Raphael Akori from Zaria. He says the rate of industrial growth is slow in Nigeria and unemployment continues to surge. Classical economics also propounded that the condition of unemployment occurs due to the interference of government or private organizations in normal mechanism of market forces. In Nigeria, our current government lacked the simple economic mechanism that will change the fortune of young population.
Okay, so this for my friend in Kenya. I've not gotten your name yet. He says, hi. I guess solution to unemployment in Africa is skill empowerment and making sure that our youth are technically knowledgeable. So I like where we've gone with this. Honestly speaking, I must commend what you're doing. It might look like a tiny drop in the ocean, but it's going a long way. I just want to know, you've not answered my question. What's the capacity? Can you handle 10,000 children? Can you handle 50,000? Because we have plenty of people that we will send to you. So what's your capacity? And then how can we have more people like you come on board?
Yeah, so for us, we want to keep it to a sizable number that we can have one-on-one interaction with you. We don't want it to be like a classroom where you're not talking to your teachers or because we actually work. We don't teach as teaching as a career. We work. We do software development. So
you are learning on the job.
Yes, you're doing that. So we do 40, 50 people per set, and we want to do.
And a set is a 1 year
supposed
program.
to be 4
months. Technically 4 months.
Yeah. So
internship.
Yeah, we just run that sometimes 3 times in a year.
Like 4 quarters.
Yeah.
Let's do 4.
It's
I'm testing you on there.
It's a lot
You
of
should run a course on digital marketing.
Me?
I'm telling
Let
you.
me help you do marketing. At least that one, my mouth is sweet. I can help you market.
We can discuss that. We can discuss that.
But I can't do the technical.
No,
if it's to use my mouth, I will tell.
We'll handle that part.
But honestly speaking, I honestly want to, because I mean, if this would be, a good thing for us, if you can also even promise us some slots from ways where we can send people to you. Because people truly need jobs and they are available to learn.
40 million is a lot of numbers.
I wanted to just say something. One of the persons that sent in
the comments.
Yeah. So we're talking global opportunity here.
Yes.
I mean, yes, we understand that government needs to do a lot more for us. I mean, see what power is doing to most small businesses here. So we understand that, but what I tell people a lot is that what can you do right now? Yes, government needs to do all of these things, but what can you do right now to even help yourself?
Exactly.
So and like you said, there are people too that are doing what we're doing. Universities, my friend is doing that. There is one that Chika. What's it called? Tarragon or so.
Okay, we find them.
So I mean, like, I can get them to come in. So people are doing things, but in the scale of
it's still nothing compared to the number of unemployed youth that we have. But thank you. I think we ran out of time. Thank you so much. My Kenyan friend says his name is Ekutan. I hope I pronounced it well. Thank you to everyone that sent in their comments. Thank you again, Peter. This has been an amazing conversation.
Absolutely.
We shall do some things offline with you because we need to send people to you to come get trained and start to earn for me. Maybe they'll start giving me tithe and offering. I do not know. Thank you. Thank you, Sanzi. Thank you, Isi.
Yeah.
All right, so before we go, do ensure you follow us on Instagram. It's at PlusTvAfrica. You can interact with us further, drop a comment, and most importantly, we're planning a huge huge giveaway. We just got another giveaway now. We're having slots to give people. So just to say thank you to you for watching and believing in the Ways brand. So do ensure that you follow us on Instagram. It's at PlusTvAfrica. Like, share, invite your friends and family to watch us and follow us as well. So if you missed today's quote, here it is again. The more value we add to our ecosystem, the more valuable we become. This is very powerful. If you improve yourself, you would improve your life. We'll see you next time as we bring another great conversation to your screen. Enjoy.